himself as the good guy in this situation by saying he